king, a tidal wave. Essence perfect, life looks brilliant, give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're burying me, burying me. Yeah, you're burying me, burying me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the luck. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. There you are in my hand again.
Hello and welcome to Honor Ramble. I am your host, the queer, the Auntie Collins. And okay, I'm going to do, because I did it for Astrid last week. We have a special guest tonight. We have the lovely, the smart, the intelligent, the Andre. See.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm very happy to be here.
Oh my goodness. What a freaking week. Let's get ready to ramble. That is right. Thank you so much, Ed. Hi, Ed. Hello,
Hi, Ed.
hello. Oh my goodness.
I was literally just on his show a few minutes ago. I popped in at the end. I literally jumped in the room just to listen to them at the end of the show. And he's like, I'm bringing you on screen. I'm like, okay. Good thing I have
You're
a shirt
welcome.
On. Good thing I had a shirt on at the time.
Listen, we can change that intro. We can change that intro for you.
I'm rocking my Mariah May right now because I literally watched Stardom this afternoon, which she was a part of. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It was quite the intro. Listen, the old ring announcer's a little bit rusty over here. Okay.
I haven't used my ring announcer pipes since I think 2021.
Yeah, same. Astrid took it out of me last week, so
there you go.
Wild things happen when Kyle's away. I'm telling you,
it really does. It really does. I'm happy to sit in Kyle's seat. I very much am.
Yeah, we very much miss Kyle, but we're having a lot of fun.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
Oh my goodness! So the last couple weeks we've had some amazing guests on our show. We have played a little icebreaker before we jump in, and I'm gonna jump right into it. It is wrestling, 2 truths and a lie. So think about it, culminate for a minute. I want everyone to know your 2 truths and a lie, and we have to guess. What do you think about that?
All right, I think I have 3.
All right, let's go.
First one. First of the three. I have ring announced a show in front of 350 plus people. Number two, I have told Jack Black he could not wrestle in a professional wrestling ring. And number three, I have taken a suplex. All things that are I've worked in the world, not as a wrestler, but I've been in the world of professional wrestling. I've taken bumps. I've learned how to bump at one point. So what have I done?
Put your answers in that comment section. While you're at it, please like, share, subscribe, get all the YouTube and Twitcherino things. I want to see number two, the suplex one. Despite you taking bumps, a suplex is hard, and I've never taken a suplex. I think the hardest bump I ever took was like a very modified power bomb, and it was very slow, and I felt so awkward. I felt like a little baby.
When I first took bumps, it was at least almost 12 years ago at this point. Maybe actually might even be more than that. Actually, it was a long time ago when I first taken bumps. So, yeah. Like what? So what is it? What's my lie?
Bobby, I'll have to get you on the show so that you can do your own two truths and a lie. All right, I'm gonna guess the suplex one.
It is true.
That
is
true?
The one. That's the lie. I apologize. That's the lie.
Oh!
I told Jack Black that he could not get into our wrestling ring. So we were at X Fest years ago. So back like 2018, 2019. And he was performing with Tenacious D. And me and a couple other guys ran into him in catering. And we got to talk with him. And I got a picture with him on my Facebook. And we were telling him we were there with the professional wrestling group. And he's like, "Oh, can I come get in your ring?" Because again, this is years after Nacho Libre. And we're like, "No, we had to close it up because it had been raining for so long. Safe to get in the ring and it wasn't undercover." So, he was a little bit disappointed. He was like, he wanted to come and get into the ring. So it's kind of a cool little story.
I mean,
yeah, I have ring announced in front of 350 plus people surprisingly in a small town in Kyle, Saskatchewan. Yeah.
How small are we talking? Was everybody there?
Everybody plus surrounding community. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. Insane. Jeez.
It's the biggest crowd I've ever ring announced in front of, and that it never again in any other promotion, never done anything that's like. Oh, I think we have a guy who wants to play True Truth One Lie right here, so I'm gonna bring him in. Our boy Bobby.
Hey! Hello. All right, Bobby.
Oh,
can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
I guess if I unmuted myself, that would help a lot. Yay! Bad button, Bobby, at it again.
All right. You are always in the background, lurking, doing all the hard work. You got to show everyone. What are your two truths and a lie, wrestling edition?
Two truths and a lie, wrestling edition. Okay, I've been thinking about this one for a while, and some people might catch on to this one a little bit quickly. Okay, so one of them, I have called a Cody Rhodes match. I have taken a back body drop. I will put that one in there for you all. And last but not least, I will go with I have called a Jeff Cobb match.
I think I know.
I'm going to say the Jeff Cobb one only because the other ones are so believable.
Because of what you said in the chat, I actually don't know because you pulled it back in the chat. I'm going to say Cody Rhodes.
Okay. All right.
And drum roll.
Here it is. Okay, so I have called a Cody Rhodes match. He
Yay.
was live here in Saskatoon against Michael Allen, Richard Clark, and I was just starting out commentary at that time. So yes, that has happened. I have taken a back body drop. in training in the background with wrestling. I have taken a back body drop along with a bunch of other bumps before too. The one I haven't done, and not that it wasn't going to happen, but it didn't happen. We filmed and released a match where Jeff Cobb defended the Ring of Honor television title in Saskatoon against El Asesino that you can find on my channel, the Video Bros Network. But we never actually layered commentary over top of it, so I haven't officially called the Jeff Cobb match.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we literally just talked about this on Ringers that you're talking about Jeff Cobb, or we did it in the post show. And I'm like, okay, he just told me he's seeing Cobb, so it's got to be Cobb. But then I was thinking, Cody has been to Edmonton and Calgary for PWA, so I'm thinking maybe it's Cody. But I was like, and then I know you've taken a back body drop, so I was like, I had to go with Cody. I thought you called Cobb. God damn it.
Yeah, no, I was right at the beginning of my commentary time when I did the Cody match. We were, Papa Smokes and I think we're like 8 commentary shows in at that point in time, kind of thing, just nervous as hell, using our shitty little mic that we had. Like, oh, I can't do wrong by Cody, but, you know, we did our best. We tried our hardest, but it exists. It is out there. But yeah, we just never got around to, well, yes, Papa Smokes and I did do commentary on the Cobb match. We just didn't release the commentary from the Cobb match, so we didn't really officially call the Cobb match. So as Papa Smokes said, it was called. It just never released that way. We put it out without the commentary.
So it's not official unless the commentary came out. That is true.
That's right. That's right. But if you want to check that out, that is Ring of Honor related. And seeing as we're on the Honor Ramble, you can go to the Video Bros Network and look up the match between El Asesino as he goes after Jeff Cobb's Ring of Honor television title officially here in Saskatoon. So check it out, Ring of Honor related. And with that, have a great rest of your show. Thank you for having me on temporarily. Have a wonderful wrestling weekend, and congratulations, Auntie Collins, on your upcoming marriage this weekend. Very happy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I have actually called a match from Jeff Cobb.
Ooh. Oh, fancy. Oh yeah. I've seen him wrestle in person. I didn't call it. I didn't get the ring announcement matches, but
it was literally a squash match. He came in, did a power slam and a tour of the islands, and 1, 2, 3. That was it.
What promotion?
3, 2, 1 battle.
Okay.
In Seattle.
I've heard of them. Yes, I'm not super familiar with them, but I've heard of them. Yeah. So I know some of those northern states wrestling companies, just because I'm in Canada. You kind of hear about them from people that cross the border.
Yeah, eventually, they all kind of go together. But,
nice.
That's a time in my life that is 2019. That seems like forever ago. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so glad that we had people playing. I love learning so much about you. You can find mine 3 episodes ago when I had an episode with Kimmy when she was on, right? That would be 3. I don't know.
I was on here like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, time is not real.
No, time doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Yeah, same. But so we are here to ramble, but also to talk about this latest Ring of Honor show. This is episode 58. We had some pretty great and interesting matches. So we have our Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship Proving Ground match. That was the Infantry versus the Undisputed Kingdom, which means we actually saw the Undisputed Kingdom on Ring of Honor television. Ooh, fancy. We have Anna Jay versus Nikita, who we saw last week, versus Athena. We got Big Shotty Lee Johnson versus Nick Camarado. We have Nyla Rose versus Alexa Nicole, which we've seen before on other episodes of Ring of Honor. We've seen Evil Uno versus London Lightning. And our main event tonight is Top Flight and Action Andretti versus Christopher Daniels, Matt Sydal, and Jack Cartwheel, which interesting main event. But
yeah, that was it wasn't bad, but it was good. It was good. It just wasn't highlight.
It wasn't a main event, but we'll get there when we get there. We did start off with a bang, jumping right into the Ring of Honor episode. Again, this is the ROH World Tag Team Championship Proving Ground match. The infantry of Charlie Bravo and Captain Sean Dean versus the Undisputed Kingdom of Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. This was a Proving Ground match, which means if the infantry was able to pin the champions in 10 minutes or less, that they would earn a title bout at Supercard of Honor.
Or survive the 10 minutes.
Or what we learned that. We learned that.
No,
But
they said it off the top.
They
No,
did
again,
say it off the top.
Yeah, he said if they can avoid getting pinned before the match is over or before the 10 minutes is up, they earn it too. So they did state that too. Yeah.
So, what did you think of this match?
Again, I'll admit, before was it a couple weeks back when they faced on AEW, I honestly thought it was Charlie Bravado before that.
Bravado.
I'll admit that I always thought it was Charlie Bravado for some reason. I don't know why, but and that was a great match. And again, this is a great follow up to it. And again, it had some stakes coming out of it because again they had already gotten the win over the Kingdom. So I was like, does the Kingdom beat him here and just get set up on a dip for some weird tag team, or are these guys going to survive or possibly win here since they've already gotten the win over these guys a few weeks ago in the AEW tournament? It was like there's actually intrigue for me in this match using the AEW history.
Yeah. Actually, some substance, which I was very into. This match was, I have a lot of specific technical wrestling notes because I'm very excited that we have our champions on television. There were champions on Ring of Honor.
It was surprising.
It's the first match. It's the first time that they've been on Ring of Honor television since getting the belts. So thank you, Tony Khan, for blessing us. This match was pretty evenly distributed. I love how over the infantry has become in the last couple weeks with the fans. It's one of those things that if you don't know Sean Dean, Captain Sean Dean, you don't know his integral part of the backstage of AEW and Ring of Honor, this might seem like a, random tag team put together and pushed, but they've done the work outside of Dynamite and Collision.
Oh yeah. Again, Dean's been around for a while too, between AEW and ROH. So again, he's been paying his dues. It's like, yeah, elevate these guys. They're both very good.
Exactly, and I mean both.
That's what I call him, Charlie Bravo. Is it or the Carly Bravo?
I thought it was Charlie Bravo because
Me too.
Right, isn't it? Because it's like Alpha Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is that correct? Because that makes sense to me with the infantry, and they've all been in the mirror. It's Carly. Someone's gonna tell me in the comments because I thought he was saying Charlie. So
No, it's Carly. I just looked it up.
Well, is that how to spell it?
It's Charlie. It's essentially Charlie without the it's Carly. It's Charlie without the H.
Charlie without the H.
And how Astrid has it spelled right there. Carly. Instead of Charlie, it's Carly Bravado. I didn't know. I thought he was just saying Charlie wrong.
Oh my gosh.
I feel so bad now. Oh, yeah. I looked at his Wikipedia or his pro wrestling Wikia.
I know how it's spelled, but
yeah, and because it kept saying Carly on the show, but I thought maybe that Riccaboni just had a problem saying Charlie.
I don't know. My entire life is now a lie. So, but this match, I mean, like I said, I could talk about the technical pieces of this match, but it was what I would assume would have been the main event. I mean, they are the champions, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I mean,
It should have been main event. Like, honestly, don't get me wrong, the main event was good, but it didn't feel like a main event match.
yeah.
Like, this did. Like, and this was, again, I honestly, my favorite match of the night was this one. It was 10 minutes. And I really enjoyed this match.
So I wrote in my notes, I know that the infantry has had a previous win over the Undisputed Kingdom and the Kingdom in general.
Mhm.
They definitely ran circles, in my opinion, around Mike Bennett, around the ring. Many near falls, many close calls. There was a moment where Mike Bennett and Matt Taven found themselves outside of the ring, and in sequence, the infantry just dove over and into the barricade. It was so cool. It's so brilliant. I love it when they're in tandem together. They really do have great chemistry. And yeah, like you said, it was 10 minutes. They lasted the entire 10 minutes. When the bell rang, I went, wait, that was 10 minutes. This match was just getting going. It was just going. And that last near fall, the look on Mike Bennett's face, it was like, what? We've given them everything. Knowing that time limit was near and just having that time limit expire, I went, oh shit. We're going to see this at Supercard of Honor. So yep, so that means that the two teams are going to meet again at Supercard of Honor.
I'd be really okay if they got 15 to 20 minutes, because how this match was ramping when getting to the 10-minute point, they could easily do 5 more or 10 more minutes and it's be super entertaining.
Absolutely. And they're all phenomenally skilled. I mean, I've talked in length how much the Kingdom was kind of my entryway into Ring of Honor. They are a staple of the entire promotion. So seeing them evolve, seeing Matt Taven and Mike Bennett not really lose any momentum in their wrestling. It's not like they're like, oh, they're old guys now, because they're not.
No. They're both in their 30s. Like,
yeah. I feel like they've been wrestling like my entire life, but it's not true.
Well, both guys started young in professional wrestling. Like both were like right out of high school wrestlers. And again, they got really, like, Bennett had some weird peaks and valleys with his WWE time, and then his early ROH and TNA, and then WWE, and then back to ROH and New Japan. Like, they had some ups and downs, man. Like, I love it, because again, I've been watching ROH on and off since probably I think it was just after, like, 2011, just after Seth Rollins or Tyler Black left. As when I kind of came on as a fan, like, and it's been on and off over the years. But it's like, yeah, like, I remember watching the early Kingdom when it was I think it was Matt Hardy was part of it at one point, and then it became Adam Cole, and then Mike Bennett and Taven, then became Taven's Kingdom, and it was just I don't know. I loved it. Again, that this group has been around for so long, and I love it.
I was nervous when Tony Khan purchased Ring of Honor, because I was worried that the history of Ring of Honor would just be muddied into AEW, and it kind of has. Kind of a little bit of the history is so interwoven into AEW, but it hasn't lost its luster with its pillars, so to speak. And I was worried that the fans wouldn't connect with, because I mean, we saw how the fans were connecting with Mike Bennett, and I think in WWE, I think it's mostly to the regard of how nobody watched 205 Live.
Yeah, again, some guys just, for some reason, they're that good, but and again, he had personal demons rear their ugly head when he was there. So again, but he seems to be, again, he seems to have gotten himself together. He's doing well. Him and his wife are thriving, and he's got a pretty prominent gate between ROH and AEW now. So I think he finally found his right place.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that we're going to talk about Griff Garrison and Cole Carter later in it, but I do see shades of Taven and Bennett in them. And we'll talk about it, but yeah, I do see those shades parallel. But backstage, we do go to the setup of another match, our first Supercard of Honor of Kyle Fletcher and Lee Johnson. So Kyle Fletcher is backstage talking about his match at Supercard of Honor against Lee Johnson. Before he began talking, Lee Johnson showed up. Fletcher reminded him that Lee Johnson didn't have a good showing in their last match because, remember, he did lose. And
it was the first one out and pretty quickly in that Survivor match, yeah.
And Lee Johnson just is not on his level. And
I appreciated that line as a Will Ospreay fan that he is not on his level, because with Ospreay's I'm on another level. Fletcher is taking that and he says you're not on level because he's on another level, right? Like he's like, I just love that little line. Like that was tossed to his lead. That was his lead. I was pulling off of Ospreay right there.
That's really good to call out. I wouldn't even have thought about that.
Again, big Ospreay fan.
There's always one in every group, right?
It's me.
But
well, two if you include Mel.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But it is just, to note that we thought that this was going to be Ethan Page, but I'm guessing that they had to shoe in Lee Johnson to get some sort of redemption. And he did remind Kyle Fletcher that he was on this win streak and he's coming for the title. But
I'm honestly not sure what they might do, because again, do they want to pivot Kyle Fletcher off to something more prominent in AEW? That's the other question. Or is it or are you going to keep, do you want to put, again, if you keep the title on him, it's like, when is he going to show up here? At least Lee Johnson's there every week. That's the thing.
Lee Johnson does show up week after week, and I don't know. I'm torn as well because we haven't really seen Kyle Fletcher flesh out into Ring of Honor. I mean, we did see the match last week. Oh no, this is happening to me. My brain is on overload.
I know what you're talking about. I watched it last week and I can't remember. Oh
no. And I was just talking about how great he is. Oh no, GCW champion. Oh no. Oh no. This is what the internet is for, right?
Now I got to look at Cage Match and I need to see this.
If you can get to it first in the chat, I will send you $1.
She'll send you $1. She will, not me.
Yeah. Oh, brain. Why is my brain not working?
Blake Christian. I got it before the chat.
Christian. All right, I'll send you $1.
No, you don't have to send me $1. I just didn't want you to pay the chat.
Oh, Blake Christian. Yeah, that was a great match.
That was a great match.
So, yeah, Kyle Fletcher, Lee Johnson, Blake. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you. I'll send you $1. Oh, Blake Christian. But we'll talk about it in predictions, but
oh heck yeah. Talk about it more.
I don't know. I was hoping it would be Ethan Page.
That would have been great, because I love me and the Canadian. He's a Canadian boy. He's from my home country. I've loved that guy. He's so good. Even way back, he's always been great, man. I remember watching his Defy stuff. So good.
Apologies that I'm drinking so much.
Same.
I'm just a water drinker.
Water with a little bit of flavoring in it.
All right, what is your flavor?
Peach mango.
Ooh.
Mm.
I am partial to the lemon lime these days. So
Very good.
basic.
I did lemon lime for years until I found peach mango.
Yeah.
I rarely. The only other thing I really like, I drink pop when I'm at an event, but it's water or milk for me at home. If I'm out at an event,
Milk?
I love milk.
As in Kurt Angle milk?
Yeah, moo cows. The moo cow milk. Yeah, Kurt Angle milk. Yeah.
I have never
That
met
sounds
a
gross.
person, an adult person in real life who drinks milk.
Oh, I love milk. Oh, it's so good. Tastes so good.
This is a shocking revelation. I'm seeing you in a
If
new
you're
lens.
if you're in the chat and you drink milk, please tell me. I would like to know. I'm not the only one. It feels weird now. Like my because I've been living at my mom's place for a while now, and she drinks a lot of milk due to with health stuff, and she needs it for her osteo for health stuff.
Yeah.
And so we have milk, and I just constantly drink milk. I love it. It tastes so good.
I'm over here drinking black coffee as well. That's
Yeah, her
I
mom.
love-
Astrid's mom drinks milk. See, I'm cool like Astrid's mom.
I'm just seeing y'all in a different light here. If I have not drank milk since probably 1999.
All right. Yeah, I've never. Milk's always been one of my favorite go-to drinks, man. It's so tasty.
Interesting. Barry over here saying I do occasionally drink milk. I enjoy it. What?
Yes, Dairy Monkey. Thank you so much, sir. I get it's different. It's with coffee. It's different. She's talking like just milk straight up.
Yeah, I don't even like it in my coffee.
Yeah, I'd rather have cream.
I don't drink. I am a psychotic person, and I do not like. I mean, I'll do like some of those like fancy like it's a very fancy coffee, or it's just espresso shots or ice.
Yeah. Again, I'm a very basic coffee drinker. I have like iced coffee and regular coffee. That's it. I don't go fancy with mine. I never said I'd give anybody money.
We're now paying people to admit that they drink milk. All right.
You can contact Bobby Munson over at on his Twitter, and he will send it to you.
Do we have to submit an I-9 or something?
Oh no, I guess well, Barry's in the UK. We're in Canada, so it should be okay. Should be able to transfer without issues. Don't expect
Oh my
that money, Barry.
gosh.
Don't expect that money, Barry.
It's gonna come for you. It's gonna, get what is it? Put a bat with your kneecaps. Wow, what is wrong with my brain? Oh, I'm getting married. My brain is gone. So
You're stressed, yeah. I get it.
yeah, I'm a little bit stressed. A little bit.
A wee bit.
Uh-huh. It's funny. My mom doesn't watch the show, so it's fine. She messaged me and said, "Can I come over now? Now? She's like, I'm not doing anything. I want to come over. We can have dinner." Like, I have things to do. You also live 2 hours away. Where am I going to put you?
Yeah, that is very true.
Oh, we already have a full house here, so
Yeah.
I should have had a rule that you guys can stay here. We'll leave.
Yeah, it's the way to do it. I know my friend's wedding last year. They were putting people in trailers. They had a fifth wheel, so they've had people living out in the trailer for a few days while they were visiting. Yeah, it was crazy.
I should have just went with my instinct and go, we're going to Vegas. That's what we should have done.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Couple $100 to an Elvis guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Listen.
I bet you there's a wrestling chapel somewhere in Vegas. There's gotta be. Or
A
you can get somebody
wrestling
to-
chapel?
like somebody like a wrestling themed chapel somewhere in Vegas. There has to be.
I mean, yeah, you
Everything's in
exchange
Vegas.
rings in the ring, and
And
if you
instead of-
don't say "I do," you get suplexed.
And instead of kiss your bride, it's DDT your bride. You know.
Oh my gosh, this is the Honor Ramble.
DDT. No, let's go the other way. DDT your just DDT your partner. It's simple as that. Yeah, DDT your partner after. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We've only talked
Oh.
about one match. Oh my gosh.
We had the Bobby running. It's okay.
That's perfect. Yep, he said it was fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, so let's jump right back into our Ring of Honor episode. I mean, to be fair, we have a lot of squash matches in here. So this one is definitely a squasher. It's Anna Jay versus Nikita. We saw Nikita versus Athena last week. Stop talking about wrestling, discuss food and drink, except it's far more interesting. Oh my gosh. What did you think of this Anna Jay and Nikita match?
Match? I don't know. It was very quick. It wasn't super long. It was pretty much Anna Jay getting some offense, Nikita coming back, and then Anna finishing her off with that spinning back kick and then gory special. So
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, she did get in more offense than she got in her match last week with Athena.
or with she had the one with Mina a couple weeks back, right? Anna? The Anna Jay one, she had the one with Mina.
Oh,
That was
Anna Jay was, yeah, that was a great match. That
Yeah,
was a
oh.
great match.
Oh, I'm a very big Mina Shirakawa fan. I have a Club Venus shirt sitting in my room, so
Oh my gosh. I feel like I am out of the loop here because I do not know anything. And I clearly should know more. So
she's Japanese based, so I can't get mad at you for it.
Oh my gosh. But that's not what I wanted to click. Da 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 da
But yeah, there wasn't much to the match though. Like it really wasn't a lot here. She got more than the Athena match, but again, there still wasn't a lot. Like Nikita was the heel here, which was surprising because I thought Anna Jay was a heel, but especially after the Mina match. So I really thought she was the heel, but I guess not.
I don't know. It's interesting because if we talk about Anna Jay's been a face, been a heel, been a face, been a tween. I don't know what she is. I appreciate that they're trying to do some sort of rebranding, some sort of repackaging thing. I like that she's gone back to her magician showcase little outfit.
Mhm.
However, I don't know. I will have to wait and see what happens because if they're bringing Anna Jay more to Ring of Honor, that's great. I just still love. I mean, are they just waiting for, Ty Conti to come back from maternity leave if she ever does come back?
Well, if you follow her Instagram like I do, she's getting back into ring shape. So,
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. I love it.
It's for research purposes only.
I don't assume that people follow Conti just because she's hot.
It's for research purposes.
Oh. All right. Well, this is the part of the show where we do backstage and video packages that I actually enjoy.
Mhm.
Backstage, they do mention the back and forth between Dalton Castle and Johnny TV. Then we go to a backstage segment where Dalton Castle is cutting a promo on Johnny TV or John TV before their match for Supercard of Honor. He says that John TV has burned his entire world to the ground to hurt him. But like a peacock phoenix hybrid, he will rise from the ashes and destroy John TV.
Oh, so good.
So sometimes when I watch Dalton Castle, I feel like I need to like write down what he's saying and then translate it into this is sense. Like this makes sense. Because he said I can't remember what he said. Peacock I don't know. I can't.
Well, the peacock phoenix is just like the phoenix rises from the ashes is and because he's a peacock, so the peacock phoenix rises from the ashes.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Like a peacock phoenix hybrid, I will rise from the ashes. And it was chillingly serious because this is the man that is a former Ring of Honor champion who had a freaking broken back during his reign.
Mm-hmm.
So Dalton Castle is, not unfamiliar with pain and enduring through painful times.
And the boys are gone forever now too, which is sad.
Okay, what is your opinion about hearing about them not showing up for TV tapings?
Again, there's statements. There's a statement they made saying that's not the truth. More coming soon. One of the boys made a statement about it. So it's like I don't know what to believe. As much as I appreciate what Tony Khan has done for professional wrestling these last 5 years, do I believe everything he says? F no.
I don't know.
It's a tough point because like it sucks that a bunch of people lost their jobs, but like for me, looking at it, I'm like the only one I was Dasha was the only one. The announcer.
That I don't understand. So
good. Jake, was it who's the ring announcer? Justin Roberts did not come to Canada. Didn't come to Edmonton last year. Dasha was here. She ring announced the show, and I like took a picture of her, tweeted her saying, "Awesome to see you're ring announcing the show," and she tweeted me back and everything. She's like, super chill person. I like her so much, and I like her better than Justin Roberts because again, I grew up in the Lillian Garcia era.
Same,
right?
Yeah.
My fandom started in like 99, 2000, and became a hardcore fan in 02. So Lillian Garcia and Tony Chimmel too, to an extent, but I watch a lot more Raw than SmackDown. I always appreciate what Justin Roberts does. I appreciate them, but I appreciate the women ring announcers so much because of Lillian growing up with that was my biggest early point is Lillian Garcia. She was so good, and I think Dasha was that kind of level good. Yeah.
Dasha, I feel like we've seen her elevate. Is that the right word?
Evolve.
Yeah, definitely evolve from what she was, everything in that sort of regard. Going from just a backstage person that we saw in WWE to filling in Justin Roberts' shoes and going through all of that. And I don't know, I've very much loved watching her, very much enjoyed seeing her blossom and being a part of the AEW heels community, having her such an integral part of that. It kind of sucks. I mean, it's that Leva Bates leaving all over again, because Leva was such a huge impact for backstage, for making sure that all events go off without a hitch. Like it's a blow, and it
feels like the old guard is leaving, to make way for this new version of AEW,
Mhm.
new AEW Ring of Honor world. And
Mhm.
while I like some of it I'm like, eh, you know what I mean? So it's those weird little things that you're like, yeah,
Yeah. Apologies, the dogs are barking. If you can hear them.
yeah,
But
a little bit.
this last week we heard about AW releasing The Boys, Dasha, Jose the assistant. Of course, the dogs are just as upset. Jorah Jolie, Jorah, I never know how to say people's names. Gravity, Stu Grayson, Parker Boudreaux, Slim J, and Anthony Henry, which they announced on the media call today that Anthony Henry is going to be back.
Oh, okay. So they don't bring
Yeah,
back Dasha. What?
but they don't bring back Dasha, which does not make any sense to me. And I enjoy that we kind of bullied Tony Khan into bringing back Anthony Henry, because the workhorsemen up to the AEW World Tag Team Tournament that they're having right now, I definitely thought that they were going to be a huge, a bracket buster kind of thing, because they are excellent together. I I love Anthony Henry. I love JD Drake. They are so great, and we've had so much fun talking about them week after week here. And seeing that Anthony Henry is back, because who the fuck fires someone while they're out with injury?
Yeah, he broke it. You sent me that fracture when we talked about it.
Yeah,
He got hurt like in between the filming and the airing of that episode I was on. You showing him like, oh my god, and
exactly.
how do you how do you release a person who's out injured? Like, if you're gonna release them, wait till they come back, and then wait till they're let them at least let them collect a paycheck while they're out hurt.
Yeah.
And then let them go. Maybe he was gonna pay out his medical bills and say maybe he's gonna give him a chunk saying, here, this will cover you until you're back in the ring. Nobody knows what the deal was, but again, it's like, it's pretty low to fire a person. Like, I know in Canada you can't, if I go out, like if I get hurt at my job and I can't work, my job can't fire me. I got hurt on a job site up north, and I sprained my ankle, and I was supposed to get laid off, and I was okay with the layoff because, again, the job was coming to an end, but they had to wait a week and a half to lay me off because I was injured on the job. You know what I mean?
All right.
So
I'm gonna go work for Canada. Like,
it's only because I got hurt on site. That's the thing, right? He technically didn't get hurt at AEW, but
right. It was a non AEW show, but it was still against Brian Keith, so it's still two AEW wrestlers.
Keith.
So could
Keith.
Keith.
I love that guy, by the way. But me and Mel always, whenever we hear Brian Keith, we always make the hoodwink joke. The bunny getting mad about Keith.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so good.
But, are you excited for the Dalton Castle versus Johnny TV match?
I think the match will be good because, again, I think Dalton Castle is has been great for a long time, and Johnny insert name here, is an incredible in-ring wrestler. The match would be good.
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of interest going into it. When I watch it, I'm like, oh, this was a good match. But again, there's not, like, I watched Johnny's promo, and all I could think the entire time was, is this man emulating David Arquette? Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, that's kind of funny because I can see it now. And if you've seen it, tell us
voice,
in the chat
the
if you think
graveliness,
that.
the graveliness in the voice. I just watched Arquette's documentary when it came out. I think it was last year, and
Mhm.
He's a weirdly fascinating person. But again, that's the voice I was hearing him talk, and I was just like, this is weird. Why am I thinking David? Or why do I think he's going to come out looking like a cop? In
Oh my god. I mean, I do appreciate, because after the backstage was a video package, and I love backstage going into a video package. It got me hyped for the match. And they did put in the stipulation for their match, which is, what is the specific name? Fight without honor.
Mhm.
Because according to him, honor sucks.
So does this mean just no? They don't have the handshake first?
So it's like a no DQ match.
Oh, okay, so they can use weapons, and he's gonna pull out something peacocky at some point to hit him with, and okay, that makes sense.
It's interesting. I mean, there's no rope breaks. There's, it's basically an anything goes match. And
Right till you get a pin or submission.
Yeah, pin or submission. That's it. And let me tell you, I am all for a gimmick match. You give me a gimmick match and I am happy, because I love wrestling, but I love getting to the point of, okay, we have fought each other multiple times. We have thrown everything at each other, but it is not enough. We have to settle this in a specific gimmick that would be specific to our fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's cages, sometimes there are bull ropes, sometimes there's fire, which those are always my favorite matches. But a fight without honor, right? So they have, Dalton Castle is the baby face going into this. We all love Dalton Castle. We feel for him. He has lost his boys. And Johnny TV is out here going, I'm going to get you. And I'm not going to play by any rules. And I fucking love it. Oh, looky here. We have a wild sighting.
What's up, Kyle?
They are the ultimate feud enders. Listen, that is the end of end. That is the, what is it? Crossing your T, dotting your I, bookmark this feud. Whoever wins this wins it all. What do they win? No belts, but they win fighting without honor.
No belts, no boys, nothing.
No boys. The boys weren't showing up for work, so I'm very interested to see what the boys say.
I want to hear that story.
Because I know specific people in AEW, that was confirmed to me, the not showing up for work bit. So not just Tony Khan saying it.
Ooh, interesting. I think I have an idea. Maybe I think I know what you're talking about. I'll ask you after this show.
Oh my goodness. So I'm very excited for this match. I love matches that mean something without a belt, because then I care more. So
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
With that said, we jumped right into a Nick Comoroto versus Big Shotty Lee Johnson match. I love Nick Comoroto, and I appreciate that they're kind of segueing him into yes, it is. I mean, before,
yes, the old cage, not the new. They just do it every year for a pay-per-view. Yeah,
for a pay-per-view. Oh my goodness, Kyle.
From Roger Strong to versus Eric Stevens, Bryan Danielson against Takeshi Morishima, Samoa Joe versus Loki. When the hate gets too far, this is where it ends. Basically, street fight, but the name is the thing.
Kyle, I miss your brilliance.
He's pretty awesome.
Not that Andre is brilliant.
No, I am Kyle. Like as Will Ospreay is, Kyle is on another level.
He's on another level.
The guy just has so much knowledge. I utterly respect Kyle Sparks for what he does. I wish I had his knowledge of professional wrestling.
I'm just a forgetful goldfish over here, and somebody left me unattended. Oh my gosh. So I really love, as we're talking about Nick Comoroto, his new look is so Wolverine. And we've been watching the new X-Men, the X-Men 97 or whatever it is.
Oh,
and
so
he
good.
just paint him some blue, and he's got the hair chest. He's got the hair. He's got the facial hair. He's got the look. He's got the muscles. Wait, how do the kids do it these days? Because we used to do this, and they do it like this. I can't even wrap my brain around it. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like I'm trying to do shadow puppets.
Middle fingers or index finger down, depending on which way you want to go, and then you curve the other finger, and then bang, hurt.
That does not look correct.
It's either that or that.
Shadow puppets. Shadow puppets. Oh, look! Yeah, I did it. Me, my little baby fingies.
I love you, Astrid.
But I like this Nick Camarado. I like that they're building something because we saw Jacoby Watts, Mr. Jacoby Watts.
Okay, literally, I'm watching the match and I write it comes out. If I write down my note, I'm like, I couldn't remember his name. I wasn't quite paying attention, and I heard I heard knew it was a so I wrote like Jake ? Comes out.
He looks like a preacher, right? He looks like a Southern preacher who wants you to join his cult. That is my.
Weirdly, it feels kind of like what Bray Wyatt was doing in his early days of NXT. He was he was that Southern preacher gimmick. Like it was how we kind of started. Like that's it's I'm not saying it's the same, but it's a similar feel.
I mean, I'd fall for it many times. Hey, you get a cute Southern guy with a little drawl talking about how they're going to save me. Okay, I believe you. And then I'm in a cult. That's how you get me in a cult. It's really easy. I am their demographic. Hey, you want to change your life? Yeah, I do. Anyways, I probably shouldn't say that online. Please don't come after me. But this match was a match. We all know the purpose of it. It builds Nick Camarado as a character. It's introducing Auntie Collins, Southern Man School. And listen, I will. I got a thing for them Southern drawls. Draws. I don't know. It's nice. I like it. Could never live there, but it's nice. But Lee Johnson gets another win here.
I gotta give great props, Camarado. That guy's got to do that skin the cat spot with how big he is. A lot of big guys cannot do that because their arms don't have the power to take their entire body mass back. And again, that's a lot of core strength, much. And the fact that he did that was damn impressive.
We know that a lot of wrestlers have gone to Nick Camarado for training tips, right? Eddie Kingston said that he was able to shed some weight by working with Nick Camarado, getting back into ring shape. A lot of people have rehabbed injuries with Nick Camarado. So we know that he is very skilled when it comes to body, very skilled when it comes to wrestling and being powerful. But yeah, I definitely agree that takes a lot of strength, and for someone that large, I think it's pretty impressive. So
I like that he used a claw to get out of the.
They mentioned the iron claw. They said an iron claw.
I hope he starts bringing that, and not Khali style, where it's like, but just to grab a guy and just throw him off him, but use the claw type maneuver. Like you don't have to use it like the old claw, but use the claw in situations when you're trying to get out. You claw the face and you just like squeeze on it to get out, and then just shove them. You just use it more of a power spot. I like that. The way he did it was good. And then he followed up with that big ass lariat. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, we do go backstage next. Griff Garrison and Cole Carter are chilling with Lexi Nair. They don't know where Maria is. Maybe she's out with the boys, with the bear in the woods. They start talking about, did she go to London, Canada? Did she go to the wrong
London?
Did
she go to the wrong... Yeah, because this is all filmed in London, Ontario, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Serpentico shows up. Cole Carter is holding the mask of Serpentico, which, how did he get it? I don't know. But Serpentico showed up and he goes, hey, that's mine. Anyways, if you want to know where Maria is, sign this. And listen, I know that they're children. I know that Griff Garrison and Cole Carter are babies. Do not sign anything. This is a word from your auntie. Do not sign anything until you've read it, because that's how you get into matches with Serpentico and Angelico or something much worse. Mm-hmm. Read everything you're signing, because you could just wind up in a match on television and you don't even know, and you're going to get in trouble and probably get your ass beat. So don't get your ass beat.
So what you're saying is I should just start signing random shit so I can get tossed in matches?
Do not do that. We do not sign things without reading them. And if they don't make sense to you, have someone else try to help you explain it. If that still doesn't work out for you, if it doesn't get through your cute little head, don't sign it. Don't sign things you don't understand.
Take it to a lawyer first.
I mean, if you want to pay for one.
Just befriend somebody that knows a lawyer. You could probably get it cheaper that way.
Yeah, exactly. Read everything before you sign. Yes. Before Auntie ends up with a cold with a Southern man. And
no, that's a contract she will read that she'll sign without reading. What are you talking about? She'll have that Southern drawl and she'll just sign.
Amen. Cheers to that. Oh my gosh. I mean, here's the thing. Cole Carter, I had mentioned that Cole Carter and who the fuck is Griff Garrison are both young guys, and they very much remind me of the youngness, the fruition of the kingdom. However, something is not hitting with me. And I talked about this last week, and I'm going to talk about it again. Something is just not hitting when they're in ring. I don't know where their personalities go. They have such charisma and personalities in these backstage segments. Why does it not translate in ring for me? I just find them to be both so green in ring that it's awkward. And I feel like I'm not having a good time watching them, and that sucks. I'm going to have a good time watching new talent, but I'm so bored of them in the ring, but I love them backstage, so I don't understand where the disconnect happens.
Yeah, it's odd. Again, this is gonna be a bad thing to say. I felt the same way about Bray Wyatt for the longest time. Eventually, I got really into him towards the end, but like he was another one who I loved the character, loved everything he did. But once he got in the ring, I was like, I didn't think he was green, but I was like, I'm underwhelmed. So
it doesn't hit for everyone, and that's okay. You don't need it to hit. If I'm going to be spending my time week after week invested in this product, I would like to understand and be entertained. Entertain me.
100%.
All right. We jump into the next match of Nyla Rose versus Alexa Nicole. She has been on Ring of Honor before, so she has returned.
I love her. She came out she was supposed to work a show in Edmonton like a year or two ago, but she got hurt. so she couldn't work, but she still came for an appearance. She was so nice. This girl's awesome, and I started following her when I found out about her back then, and she's awesome, man. I love the bubblegum princess, Alexia Nicole,
Bubblegum princess. That's so cute.
Canadian girl. Then another plus in the column.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't really get a winning bubblegum princess here. Nyla Rose has kind of been a little lost, so to speak, since her tables match with Athena a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
This match against Alexa Nicole, I wrote, was her way of showing that she's still as dominant as ever. However, I do have to give it to Alexa Nicole that she didn't really show any hesitation or fear when going up against Nyla Rose. However, there's this cool move. I don't know what it's called. I don't know matches names where Nyla has her up like a fireman's carry and then just tosses her to the right and does like a sitting.
The burning. I wrote burning hammer, or it's inverted Death Valley driver. I don't know. But again, that was Kobashi had to have people like facing upwards,
Yeah,
and everything come down, but he would do it a lot more high angle. But she did the full flip. But it's essentially the burning hammer, but the full rotation on it.
It was sick. I loved it. Do that more.
Kyle, we need to know.
Kyle, can you tell me the name of that move, please? Thank you. And can you also tell me one wrestler who has also done that so that I can watch it on repeat?
Again, I would just tell you, go watch Kenta. Just go type in Kenta Kobashi burning hammer on YouTube and just watch him hit that thing to everybody. It's insanely impressive.
I love it's little things like that it's like, okay, this is a different iteration of a move that she already does. But the way that she executes it, it's like, oh, you are now evolving into a different wrestler. It looks like the Argentine backbreaker into a cutter. The burning hammer was more of a vertical drop.
It was more
something.
You would get them up and then kind of drive them down on the back of their neck. Yeah, hers is the full flip through. Yeah, it was almost into a cutter. You're right. Yeah.
Interesting. I really enjoyed it. I love that Nyla is just, she's a freaking former AEW Women's World Champion, for goodness sake. She's allowed to evolve and she's allowed to do it brilliantly. And I really enjoy watching her week after week. Nyla Rose, please, and thank you.
I was really happy when she actually did the dark match in Edmonton last year. It was her, and I can't remember who they had her in with. But again, really good. And again, she is so good. Man, like I like forever I was like, why did she have to fall so far down? She was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those ones where I wish I would have gotten. Yeah. The next segment.
More Colts talk. All right. So we did go backstage with Nick Comoroto and Jacoby Watts. Lexi Nair tried to interview Nick Comoroto, but he was interrupted by the brilliant Jacoby Watts. Jacoby Watts sold himself as the manager. He just established himself as a manager type, saying that his wisdom and guidance will let Nick Comoroto rise to a new level. We're talking about new levels now. And silently, Nick Comoroto shook his head and joined forces with Jacoby Watts. Do you think this will help? Do you think it will hinder? What do you think?
Again, I don't think it could make anything worse. Because again, he's had some good stuff in ROH, but he has never been gotten that good push. Maybe this finally gives him something to really help him move up the card into maybe a TV title contender, or again, I would like to see him get more prominence because he's huge. He's so good. He's it's I don't know. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I like Nakamurato. I like the little seeds that are planted even before pay-per-view, because we're getting all serious and focused, because remember, we plan our pay-per-views last minute here. So I like that they're planning things for later, which is nice because it rewards us. But we do jump into another match. It is Evil Uno versus London Lightning. I mean RJ City. I mean London Lightning. What did you think of this match?
When I saw him, I was like, "Oh, okay, interesting." I don't know. It was fun enough, but again, it was very much like going this. I'm like, who the like when you're just like if you. I looked at like the card before the like I saw like into results. I saw a preview of what the tonight's card was. Who the is London Lightning?
Right?
Yeah, but again, I know, fun little match. I love the like Uno was so vicious early on, just attacking so much, and then he got like cheeky when he going into the shaking hips part and stuff, and like just getting a little like cheeky with stuff. I don't know, it was fun, but I loved Uno's finisher. I'm pretty sure that was Austin Theory's Ataxia. And I'm like, oh shit. But it's called something evil. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's, again, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that is Austin Theory's Ataxia. I might be wrong on the name.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at those. But the last time we did see London Lightning was in AW International Title Eliminator versus Roderick Strong, and that was on Rampage. I almost called it Rampagna because that is what is Rampagna, because I call it Dynamite and I call it Collision.
I like
so that was the most exciting part about that. No, I really do like that Evil Uno is also transitioning more towards a Ring of Honor side, more towards a singles type run, because he is, if you've known him before AEW, amazing wrestler. I just love the way that he moves for such a large individual. The classic tests of strength going on. I really enjoy how Evil Uno carries himself, which with smaller wrestlers in opposition as well. Again, you mentioned the hip gyrations, the running chops, the elbow drops, the just brutality of Evil Uno. Bring back that nastiness, bring back the destroyer, bring back all of that. I want to see that on my television week after week. Evil Uno does get the pinfall here, obviously, but I mean, he also is such a nasty as in good sharpshooter, right?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the Scorpion Deathlock?
Oh, the Scorpion Deathlock. He looks so good, and I don't know, more Evil Uno. I'm into it.
I love this dude. I've gotten to see him twice here in like 2 Decembers in a row in AEW, or not AEW, in Top Talent Pro Wrestling here at Edmonton. He is so good. Like his in ring is just you cannot. My one buddy hated him, and then he saw him work live, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's actually good." It's like, yeah, he's great. It's just he gets underused and put into too much comedy on AEW, where this guy's actually phenomenal. If you watch his indie stuff, it's so good, and he's showing it here on ROH how good this guy actually is. But I love that he pulled out another Evil's move, where he caught the foot, same thing, that he also will hit them a different way, and then he goes into the cutter or to that neck breaker. I love it, because again, it's like shades of the other Evil.
Yeah, I mean, he's evil for a reason. So
yep.
All right, we are moving right along. We are going into a video package, which we talked before we came on. It's for the premier athletes. Are they the varsity athletes? Are they the premier athletes? I know that they're adding Ari Davari in here. do they from the varsity athletes with just Tony Nese and Josh Woods to Ari Daivari, and now they're the premier? Are they?
I think now the collective, because they were the varsity athletes, but now with Ari Daivari's money, they're now the premier athletes. Because Ari Daivari's part of this group, they're a trio now. I think the trio is now the premier athlete, because that's what the promo said. It said premier athletes at the end. That's what I'm going with.
That's what we were talking about. Is how I guess they're the premier athletes now. What a hype! What a return! I want to see more of these video packages, not just highlighting the matches, but how many abs do you think that they collectively have? Like, if I counted each ab, can't relate. Sorry. Oh my gosh. But they are going to return. They are going to be against TBA to be announced at Supercard.
The team is so good. TB and A. Let's go.
Yeah, TB and A. Tits, butt, and ass. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So we jump right from that video segment. And if you want to go watch that, it's all over on the internet. So you can see that premier athletes. Tell us how many abs you see. We have an in-ring segment. Lexi Nair and Billy Starks are in the ring. It is the first ever ROH women's title contract signing. Lexi.
I got a question. What does MIT mean? Like, is it
minion
actually
in training?
A minion in training. Okay, I wasn't sure. I knew it was minion something, but I didn't realize that. And then I was like, oh, that makes way more sense.
Yeah. So Lexi and Billy have awesome jackets, and there are tables and chairs in the ring. So of course, my brain goes, they're going to be used during this contract signing. Billy Starks wondered if she managed to win the ROH TV title at Supercard of Honor, would that make her the new Minion Overlord if Athena loses?
It's possible.
Well, of course, saying that, immediately Athena came into the ring. She is the longest reigning ROH women's champion. She screamed at everyone, declaring that she was not afraid of Shida. And Lexi Nair then called the former AEW Women's Champion Shida to the ring. She arrived with a kendo stick, and she did not come alone. All of a sudden, Queen Aminata appeared, and violence ensued. What did you think of the violence? What did you think of this segment? What did you think of the contract signing? Which I think the contract signing was kind of funny, because you could see Shida going, "Pass me the pen," and Athena goes, "It's in the book." it's in the
because like Athena had her own pen too, that old like sparkling with the big fuzzy on the end of it. Oh, I loved it. Yes, I agree with Asher. Badass Shida. I agree.
I want to just enter everywhere with a kendo stick. Hey.
I've got one in my room, so I need it. I've got it. Sorry, I have two in my room. One I will never touch because Tommy Dreamer used it and then signed it, and then I have another good one. So
no, like casual flex there. Jeez.
I was at a show and I wanted him to sign it, and then his match happened before I got to meet him. So he saw me sitting there with my kendo stick, and he took it from me and hit his opponent with it. I'm like, and then gave it back, and I'm like, yes.
Jeez. What did you think of this segment?
Oh, again, just great performance, and I loved Athena's unhinged, and it makes so much more sense with like Shida involved now. Her unhinged has become like fear unhinged and fear, and it so works so well. And she just like, I'm in your head, and like then Athena slaps her, and then she goes to swing at her, and she cracks Billy in the face. Oh, dude,
looks like it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Oh. That table spot, though, they had to kind of redo the table spot, and it still like only broke at the end, which
It broke like this far in or something. I was like, oh, I feel bad for them.
I felt bad, but
yeah.
Needless to say, I'm excited for both women's matches at Supercard of Honor.
Oh God, yeah. Like her, like again, this was a perfect setup it gave both women's title matches a great push going into tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we go backstage after this segment, this brutally violent segment, to Mark Briscoe and Eddie Kingston sitting with Lexi, which Lexi is just getting in her workouts in, just going backstage to in the ring to everywhere. And we have Mark Briscoe on one side. We have the ROH World Champion Eddie Kingston, which, hey, we have a champion on television. Yay!
Now, when are the 6-man champions going to show up? Because I don't think they've ever been on ROH TV as champions. I think Kyle said a few weeks ago.
I don't think so. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe during the segment did remind us that his brother won the title 11 years ago to the day that Briscoe will be facing Eddie Kingston, which is called foreshadowing, if you are paying attention.
If they don't, I'm going to be so pissed.
Why mention it at all? Why mention it at all? If you're not going to do it, if you're not going to just, you're going to load the little gun and you're going to point it at me. And if you don't fire the gun, if you don't do it, what is the point?
That's dark, but okay. But I also want to see. I really want to see that and almost become an unhinged Eddie Kingston. Like he lost his Continental title. I hope he loses the ROH title no more. It sounds bad, but I very much started appreciating this man last year during his run in the G1. And then I want to see him lose that and then start to get like, God damn, I'm losing all my everything, and then him lose his ROH or his NJP Strong title too, and then have this guy go insane and like come back, and he comes back with this different fire or something. I would like to see that again. I also want to see a new champion by this point for the Strong title. Not that he hasn't been good, but he's been champion for like 9 months, and I'd like to see a new champion.
We did see during this backstage segment that Eddie Kingston is very emotional. He's very uncharacteristic at this point. He is coming off that loss, and the old Eddie Kingston would bottle up his anger and drown his sorrows with alcohol. But he's glad that he's not that Eddie Kingston. But he did say that Mark Briscoe deserves to get the best version of Eddie Kingston during this match. I love that he calls him chicken. It's just so cute to me. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But for Eddie Kingston, Ring of Honor was always the goal for him, and it is not an option to lose the championship. It just made me get hyped for the match. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
But
again, I look forward to seeing what these guys will do together, because I think they'll have a really good match. Like Briscoe can work that very much I think the style that Eddie needs. I think Eddie works best when he's working with guys who they can both just slap the piss out of each other for real. They can connect. They can actually like, you know what I mean? Like some guys will like come in and like pull their stuff, but Eddie I think works best when he is in the ring. That's why his stuff in Japan really impressed me, because everybody who's in there, they were just going just full steam smacking each other. Him and Gabe Kidd are the two of the best guys to work together, and like I think Mark Briscoe is very much he's not Japanese strong style, but he's redneck strong style. All that redneck kung fu. It's going to be a great contest with these two just beating the piss out of each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's worth every bit of the money you will pay for Honor Club.
100%.
With that said, we jump right into a very in my opinion, underwhelming main event. It is Christopher Daniels, Matt Sydal, and Jack Cartwheel versus Top Flight, Darius and Dante Martin, and Action Andretti. I went on a rant last week about how I do not understand why we're going from Top Flight being tag teams to all of a sudden they're still mixed in this trios. Why isn't Action Andretti just already in Top Flight? Or give it like Action Flight? I don't know. Like, can we just differentiate them? You might as well have all their gear match. You might as well like.
Well, again, and they already are dressing the same. They're like they all like I points. I think Action Andretti is one of the brothers at times. Like I kind of get him confused at points with Dante at points because again they have like the way his hair is now, the way his gear is. I'm like, damn, it's like, yeah.
This is the third match in a row that Action Andretti has joined Top Flight where he has taken the win. If you're going to establish yourself as a trios team, differentiate. In my brain, I am just a single cell organism sometimes, and I need it plain as day. And Action Andretti taking the pin 3 times, it's like, okay, we get it. Action Andretti is your pinner. He's the bigger of the 2 boys, right? He's the bigger of the 3. So, right? Isn't he bigger than?
I think Darius is a bit bigger than him. Like I think he's taller, but I don't know. Darius has got more size, I feel.
I don't know. I just see height and I go, okay, you're automatically bigger than everyone. But I don't know. This match was fine. This match was a fine match to be on here. Mm-hmm. What you're doing is obviously Christopher Daniels is a veteran. You have Matt Sydal, who is a veteran. Jack Cartwheel is just brand new to a lot of us. So he is, unfortunately, in this match, taking the pin. But we're seeing Darius and Dante and Action Andretti keeping up with these veterans. I still cannot believe that Christopher Daniels is still wrestling after all this time, because I remember lusting after him as a teenager. Me, Christopher Daniels.
Oh, wow.
There's something about Christopher Daniels, and I feel like alone in my bedroom, just thinking about Christopher Daniels.
The old school thing when I think about Christopher Daniels is I remember reading the Hardys book, the book they put out in like 2003, 2004. I don't know. It was early on. It was like early in the career. And they talked about doing a Chef Boyardee commercial, and like where they had, like it was a promotion with WWE, right? And they had to do some moves, and one of the guys they were facing in the commercial was Christopher Daniels. This was in like 2000. Yeah. It's now 2024. And all 3 of them are still wrestling.
I don't know if what Matt Hardy is doing right now is wrestling.
Okay, but you know what I mean? They're all still getting in a ring.
That is me ribbing on Matt Hardy because I am a big Matt Hardy hater.
Oh,
I love him. I love him. If he ever sees this podcast, I love you, Matt Hardy. I love you. I'm just always a hater.
It's just her gimmick. It's her gimmick.
It's my gimmick. Yeah. What? Ed, is that true? Or he just...
I think Ed is spreading internet rumors.
Well, that's what we do here at
Internet rumors, Ed Fries.
I love it. Oh, yeah.
And then
Christopher Daniels always does something for me. Go on. Sorry.
When they had the Los Conquistadors when Edge and Christian were in, the Hardys were there, and they had, and like Edge and Christian had to face Los Conquistadors, so they won the titles from them or something. And originally, the guys under the mask was Christopher Daniels and somebody else, and then the Hardys ended up replacing them at one point. And it was again Christopher Daniels crossing paths. But again, that was in like 2000. Again, It's that where like it's like you think like Edge is still going. Christian's still going. It's weird. Like all those guys are still around, but
Listen, and that wouldn't have happened 20 years ago. They'd be in a
they'd
wheelchair.
be old guys, or they'd be
Dead.
old guys on the indie scene, traveling around making their indie dollars by now. You know what I mean? Like that's what it would have been 20 years ago.
I'm just glad that they're alive and still healthy enough to go, because there's nothing sadder than watching Jake the Snake Roberts get absolutely fucking plastered and be just a shit stain to what his career was.
I'm happy again. I'm also super happy that guy cleaned himself up. I got to meet him. I got to meet him after he got clean, and again, class act now. But again, you know, that pay-per-view, Heroes of Wrestling or whatever the hell it is, or whichever one where he got drunk and he's in the main event, or he's playing with the steak and shit. Yeah.
Jake the Snake. I mean, I've talked about it before, but Jake the Snake was always one of my favorites in the 90s. And as a child, as in like 5 years old, watching someone play with a snake was so wild to me. And I'm so glad that he did get clean. Yeah, this seems...
It actually seems right, because Vince was a dick about size.
Well,
Yeah.
Christopher Daniels, size doesn't matter to me, baby.
Ooh.
Listen, I'm getting married. It's fine.
I think she's hinting she's not married. Yeah, she's not married till Saturday. So,
I'm
Chris,
technically have already signed the papers, so.
Oh, okay. Never mind, Chris. Never mind.
But there we go. That is our show. Top Flight in Action Andretti take the win via pinfall.
It was a fine match. Like it was
It's
entertaining, but it wasn't like, I really feel like they could have opened with this and then closed with the tag titles, or the
Did
tag
this
the tag the
show
Proving Ground match. Yeah.
make you want to watch Supercard of Honor?
Yes. For 2 segments, the tag titles, the opening Proving Ground again. And I'm not, again, this is not shitting on me, but what for me sells me, again, I was going to watch either way, but what sells for me was the Proving Ground match and getting and setting that up, and I thought in a very strong and great way. And then it's the women's contract signing sold me on both women's title matches on that show. I am ready for both, because holy crap, it set both up so well, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
And weirdly, the world title sit down did nothing for me for that match. Because again, what sold me off from this show is the Proving Ground in that sit down, or that contract signing.
Had the main event, that tag match, been in the middle, and then the women's contract signing been the last segment, I feel like I would have felt like that main event it took the gas out of me for a little bit. So
Again, we're talking about what sold me. This, when that starter match was announced, it was a solid. I was watching that show live when that start match was announced. But again, what would sell me if I wasn't already going to buy this was those 2 segments. And again, I think the main reason they didn't put the contract signing in the main was because it's literally what happened last night on AEW. They had Joe and
Swerve.
I should know that without any hesitation, because Mel's in love with that man. She wanted my reaction. Yeah, man, I get you. But yeah, it's. I think that's why. But again, you could have put the tag title or the Proving Ground match there.
Yeah,
and it would have worked. Still would have worked. And again, you're going off selling the pay-per-view with that, because you've announced this match in the main event, and it just works. Or even just do what AEW did and put that signing on last.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
All right. So before we talk about the final thoughts of our thoughts on Ring of Honor, this episode 58, let's go through. There are 9 matches so far listed for Supercard of Honor. Let's quickly just go through what do we think and try to predict and give any thoughts about Supercard. So the first one I have here is Billy Starks versus Queen Amanada. Who do you think is going to win?
Heart of Hearts wants Billy Starks to win this. I'm a big fan of Billy Starks, but they've told this story, and I think the story almost fails if Billy doesn't win this. But they've done such a great job building up Amanada, that I think because Tony Khan's, I'm gonna go with Billy, but I think there's a small chance that Amanada could take it, because again, but I think Billy, because that story is being built, so Billy gets this title, and it eventually leads to her leaving as a minion, because she's gonna want to step out of being a minion, right? That's where
we're going,
or take over the minion training or something. Like, she wants to be in charge when she wins this title. So that's the story I think they're building to. But they've done such a great job with Aminata over these last bunch of weeks, getting into this point. I think it's almost bad. It sucks that she might not get it.
My chips are going on Queen Amanada. My thought process here is that they basically shaped Queen Amanada up for this. We've talked about what this would mean for her family, her lineage, her country, and it also takes Billy out of this.
Yeah, the other way,
division.
and she can go back to the world title.
Exactly, which is where I want her. I want her to take it off of Athena eventually. So
yeah, me too. My question: what do you think? Does Athena main event, or does Kingston and Briscoe main event?
Kingston and Briscoe.
If Briscoe's winning,
main events, then Briscoe's winning.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, but yeah, so keep going.
Well, there we go. Eddie Kingston versus Mark Briscoe. Who do you think's winning?
I gotta say Mark Briscoe. If they don't do it, they are just dumb. Tony Khan's just, or whoever has booking ROH, just dumb. It's like, if this man does not win this world title, the 11th anniversary of his brother winning his first world title, you have failed. Like, you have. If not failed.
Now, when?
Yeah, then that means this man will never win the ROH title, but he needs to take it here, and I think it's almost good for Eddie Kingston to get this title off of him, so he can move on from ROH. Because again, as much as he's barely been here, like he's shown up in a few video packages. That's it.
Absolutely.
He doesn't need this ROH title.
He doesn't need it.
Nope.
And that releases him to go do other things. I want to see Mark Briscoe. I don't know if I want a long reign for him, but it gets him on television and it gets him versus your crew here. So I'm into that.
You could honestly run him till Death Before Dishonor, and then maybe you've built up your challenger for Death Before Dishonor by then. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Well, if he doesn't put the title on Briscoe, he's dumb. Or whoever he is booking is dumb. Yeah.
He released Anthony Henry this week while he's out with injury.
Yeah, I don't understand. Oh, what's next?
Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson for the ROH World Television Championship. It is evident who you have, Kyle Fletcher. I have Kyle Fletcher winning it. I think that we've done a great job of building up Lee Johnson out of the enhancement talent bracket of things, right? Because Lee Johnson for a very long time was just in that enhancement talent pool of folks. Now we have Kyle Fletcher, he's a legitimate wrestler. We want to see him more on television, but I don't think that he's going to release that television title until Ethan Page comes back from whatever convenience store he is left to go pick up cigarettes from.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, I want to see. I can understand why they would go Lee Johnson if they want to move like Kyle Fletcher onto something. But if you want to go to that Ethan Page feud, because again, is he hurt? Is like what's going on with Page? Like,
I don't know. I don't speak to him.
Oh no, I just thought maybe you had heard. Maybe there's some.
No, I just
pay
think
more-
scheduling
Hmm.
things going on. So
Yeah, so but I if they want to do the Ethan Page and get him the title, like maybe at the summer pay-per-view or whatever is next,
mhm.
I think you go with Kyle Fletcher taking this, and that's who I want to see because I'm a big fan of Kyle Fletcher.
I would really love to see Ethan Page try to do some sort of shenanigans at the end.
Oh, that would be good, and you can set it up for the next pay-per-view.
I would love that.
Yeah.
All right. We have the next match on here is Johnny TV with Taya Valkyrie versus Dalton Castle for a fight without honor match. Who do you think is taking it?
Well, it's essentially Johnny and Taya versus Dalton in this match.
Yeah.
You know she's getting involved. And again, I see Dalton Castle coming out at the end of here winning this because he's been beaten by Johnny a couple times here, and feels like this is a blow off. And if you don't have Dalton win, what's the point? Like you crushed him. All you did was crush this guy.
Yeah. And Dalton Castle is, I mean, people talk about him online. He moves merch. He's great. I love him. Yeah, Dalton Castle, I think, wins. And that's going to be my highlight of, not that the other championship matches, but it's definitely going to be a highlight for me because I love a gimmick. Give me more gimmicks. But all right, I'm going to need help pronouncing all these people.
You want me to do it? You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. It is Mei Seira teaming up with Empress Nexus Venus, Mina Shirakawa, and Micah taking on Tam Nakano and Queen's Quest Saya Kamatani and Azumi. I know it's just AZM, but it's Azumi.
It's Azumi.
Azumi, yeah.
I wish that there was some sort of video package on this because I don't know anything and I want to know something. And now I'm going to go what I can find about.
If you want to know some stuff, come listen to us talk about all of these people on Japanese Wrestling Update tomorrow at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in the afternoon. We're doing an early show because there's lots going on in the evening. So we just said, we're gonna step back. We're gonna move to the daytime because I'll be watching Supercard of Honor at our regular time. So
all right, I'll be there. I'll be in the chat because you got to tell me who these people are because I want to know. I mean, I know who. I know who.
You know Mina.
Mina, yeah.
Because she's been here before. But again, the other ones, you might have heard of Tam Nakano before this because she has been around for a long time within the Japanese scene. But like, again, if you're not following Japanese, you don't know most of these people. Like Micah is the current world champion over in Stardom. Mesa is the high speed champion. Mina and Micah are 2/3 of their Artists of Stardom championship, which is the Trios championship over there. Like again, and
that's what I know.
Mei. Yeah, that's Mei. That's Mei. That's Mei Seira. Yeah. I love that. I love that you know that. It makes me so happy. I'm going with, and my pick is Mei Seira and Empress Nexus Venus, mainly because the world champion and the high speed champion are on that team, plus 2/3 of the artist champions are on that team. I'm going to go with that team.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So we have Griff Garrison and Cole Carter with Maria versus the Spanish Announce Project of Angelico and Serpentico. Who do you think is winning?
As much as I want SAP to win, I think it's Griff and Cole.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Mm-hmm. By shenanigans, Maria comes back. Something happens. We tie Serpentico to a pole. I don't know.
They tie him to a cross and crucify him like back in the 90s.
Oh my gosh, Easter was last Sunday. Jeez. Is he going to come back 3 days later from the dead?
No, it's going to come back 6 days later on the next set of ROH tapings.
Oh my gosh! All right.
He'll literally push a boulder out of the way and walk out from inside a cave.
I'm into it. Let's go. Listen, I don't know. Listen, I'm over here going, yeah, I would join a cult, but Christianity,
No. I was part of that cult. I don't need to be part of it again.
All right. So we have. It just says the varsity athletes, so I assume that they're against TBA.
Again, and they said they're going to show up. So, like, are we getting just Tony Nese and Josh Woods wrestling? Is Ari Daivari going to be there? It says Mark Sterling, but is Mark Sterling going to be there? Nobody knows. So I'm going to go with the premier athletes to win this match. And because I think they beat whoever TBA is. You know, TBA has won a lot of championships over the years.
I'm interested to see who it's going to be, but we'll see. We have the Undisputed Kingdom of Matt Taven and Mike Bennett versus the Infantry. Who do you have going over?
My heart wants the Infantry, but my rational brain says Undisputed Kingdom.
That's the same brain over here.
Because I don't think Infantry is getting, I guess, 3 victories in a row. Because again, I know they didn't beat them, but it's still a victory by surviving the 10 minutes. So I don't think they get 3 victories in a row over Undisputed Kingdom.
I'm torn because I absolutely love the Kingdom. They have done nothing on ROH television, but with Roddy, it just would seem weird if they didn't have championships, no?
Very much so. I think they keep the titles not because of ROH, but because of AEW. For what they need, what they represent for them in AEW, as they're all those guys are champions. That's why they retain. But I want the Infantry to win and get the titles back on ROH TV regularly.
It's not what we want to happen. It's what we think will happen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And the last match listed is Athena versus Hikaru Shida. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think is going to take it?
Athena retains. Like, again, it'd be, as much as I would love to see Hikaru Shida win that title, Ed Kingdom always. Are we cultaholic? I don't get the reference because I never watched Cultaholic, so yeah.
I do. I agree that I think Athena takes it. I think that a win over Shida would really solidify that Athena has done everything. Longest reigning champion, beat all these pillars of AEW, and I think it's on her way to lose to Billy Starks.
Yeah, because I think you're right for the Amanita thing. I think Amanita takes that, so it sends Billy, and Billy starts spiraling because she didn't win, and then Athena just starts berating her more and more because why didn't you get that women's world title? You were supposed to be a champion, and then it turns into eventually builds for the summer pay-per-view because it's usually in July, I think, and that's eventually where you get Athena versus Billy, and I think Billy finally gets her due.
That would be our Death Before Dishonor, which was in July last year. So
there we go. Yeah,
I'm into it. Well, we recapped a great show.
We did.
We gave our predictions. What are your final thoughts?
Again, a good episode. Had some build up for again. They built up for four title matches on the show, so I got to see build for 4 big matches on the show, which is what I want from a go home show. I just want build, and we got that. So I had a good show. Again, match placement was weird, match segment placement, but Can't complain over too much, you know.
I agree. I think they probably could have done away with some of the fluff, but I do like that we are building the Nakamurata segment, the Top Flight and Action Andrade. I'm just hoping it culminates into something instead of just leading to nowhere, which seems to be the habit of AEW. And ROH. So I'm excited for the pay-per-view. I will be watching it on delay, and you will see myself and Kyle on Sunday recapping the pay-per-view. You can always watch that on a replay crew. We do love you. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Andre, where can we see you? What are you doing this weekend? And plug your ish.
So regularly you can find me on the X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Ramble Wrestling Talk, and you can find me multiple times a week. We're dropping shows at YouTube.com/at Andre Ramble Wrestling Talk, where me and Mel do the new NJPW Poodle Wrestler Review, Stardom Review, which is as cool of a name, and we do our Chop Talk, where we talk about the local independent wrestling scene after we go to shows. Lots of those shows, actually, and we have so we went to 3 shows this past weekend in a row: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got the Thursday and Friday shows talked about, but we haven't been able to record about the Saturday show, so that'll be coming up next week. So be prepared for that one. Another Chop Talk this week. Lots of content over there. You actually can find me over on the OLE this weekend. I'm here talking this show today. I'm just trying to find. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, there's all the OLE stuff right down there. You can find me on OLE this week. I'm here for this. Tomorrow, Japanese Wrestling Update, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. You can find me there talking a little bit of news off the top, but mainly we're going to be talking about the Stardom show from today, Thursday. Talking all about, we're going to review that, and that'll be coming out on the OLE channel. It's going to come out as a special Stardom review over on our channel, and it will be out in audio form on Sunday night's main event later that afternoon. So lots of places you can see it. I'll be talking again about that at the end of the show. So if you want to hear an audio form during that show, lots of great ways to watch that. We're talking Stardom show. We're actually going to talk about Siri versus Master Slamovich from GCW, which just started a few minutes ago. That show. So I got to go pop over there and see if that match has happened yet. But yeah, lots of great. And then you can find me Saturday morning doing a Tokyo Joshi Pro watch along with Mel and Bobby. And then later that day, you can find me on the WrestleMania preview show for night 1, and then I escape until Wednesday.
So basically, you have a lot of ish going on, and we should turn on that bell notification.
I don't know how to what? Oh, yeah, hit the notification bell. So you'll be alerted every time we do shows.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now you got to drive your ish.
I've looked at the WrestleMania card. It is stacked.
2 awesome nights of Mania.
Hacked. Which I love that WrestleMania feels important again. So 6 shows in the next 3 days. Well, I will not be doing any of these WrestleMania shows this weekend. I will be recapping the Supercard of Honor on Sunday. I'll be asking Kyle what time, because I'm a little bit busy on Sunday, the day after I'm getting married. We'll talk about all the things we can gab away. You can find me over on Fightful Overbooked Sunday mornings as well for Wrestling Made Me Cry, which I'm having a lot of fun over there as well. So thank you so much for wishing me a happy wedding. Please, I hope my brain survives, because all I want to do is just be with my person. It is getting wild, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to please anybody but myself. Is that terrible?
So dirty.
Probably. It's a lot of money to be spending with people. But anyways, go find me on the Instagrams. Go find me on the Tickle Tockles. Go find me anywhere at _ queer auntie. Thank you so much for joining me this week.
And don't forget Kyle at at Kyle Sparks on
Oh
everything.
yeah. Go.
I just figured I'd
go
shout him
show-
out.
Go show Kyle some love.
Yeah.
Kyle K. Sparks. All right.
Yeah,
Well, with that said, thank you so much for joining us. Drink water, treat yourself right, and happy wrestling.